I remember waiting for the sun to rise. I remember where we went wrong that night. I remember way too much. I remember way too much.
Hey guys, I'm Santina Murin for Born to Vibe, and today I'm here at the House of Blues in Cleveland, Ohio with my hippie, my best friend, Madsen.
You already know, man. I'm glad you're here. It's going to be a really good night, I promise.
This is our third interview together.
I know.
It makes me so happy.
It's always fun getting on the camera with you. You do really good interviews.
Thank you. Last time we were together, we sat down, it was October, and I showed you this tattoo.
Yeah.
Now,
My girl.
we have a better one, because look at this bitch got.
Ooh, she got that happy to be here tat. For all you people out there, like, yo, that's like my real gang. It's like the people that have the happy to be here tat. I'm just saying, like, it's like a real heavy, meaningful thing to me because it's such a statement to make on your body. Like,
really
it's such a statement to make, like, to remind yourself every day, but also for other people to see it and obviously get a kick out of it, enjoy out of it, and like it brings nothing but positivity. So I really feel special.
But positivity.
Yeah.
I got it in Denver it was like I went there for New Year's Eve, stayed a week, and the last day I was there, I'm like, this is exactly what I need.
Girl, that's what I'm saying.
Love
I just
it.
got a tattoo today too.
What, today?
Yeah.
Can we see it? Exclusive? Oh shit! Look at him! Look at that!
It's a pot leaving and it says free love and happy as fuck.
Happy as fuck.
Yep.
It's like 2 songs in one.
Yep.
2 songs in one.
Yep.
So every day for you is the best day ever. We know this.
It's true.
Everyone who knows you knows that every day is the best day ever for Madsen.
That is true.
But today, my friend, is truly the best day ever.
Today really, really is. I just released my brand new song that it's called I Remember Way Too Much. And to be honest, like it's the best song of my career without a doubt. It's going to be digested as that as well because it's very relatable. And it's like I did an interview earlier today and I thought of a really great way to explain it because they're asking me to explain it in a short way, and I was like, it's about young love and old memories, you know? Young love and old memories. Yeah. So that's kind of like the basis of the song is like it shouts out the year 2006 in it because I graduated in 2005, so 2006 to me was like I still had rules and
you still had a curfew.
I actually was graduating that year. Yeah, so I think that was like my senior year. It was 2005, 2006. So like so yeah, I still had a curfew. I still was sneaking out of the house. I still was causing trouble. Yeah. And at the same time as that, it's like kind of the same feeling that sticks with like relationships that I end up getting into. It's like fast love. It's like really just clicks instantly and you jump into like a whirlwind of emotions and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's out now and
It's the best.
and you're gonna hear me talk about it a lot because as opposed to a lot of other songs that I've released, like this is one that I'm gonna be promoting for a while.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm really proud of this song. And the biggest plus of it is that like it's gonna be my biggest song. It's if you listen to it, someone told me recently, a really big DJ, which is one of the greatest advice I got, or the greatest comments I got about music, is like, there's good songs, there's great songs, and there's hits. Like, it's a totally different degree in between those 3 things.
That's fact.
And he was like, this is a hit. So if I'm just going by his opinion, saying that this is a hit, it's such a beautiful feeling that I didn't need to go elsewhere to get it. Like, I made that song in my bedroom. You know what I'm saying?
On your own. Like, you do this yourself.
Yeah. Like, Brennan and me came up with that guitar part. Brennan recorded it. I did everything else with the beat. And made the beat with him within an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and by the end of like 2 hours, the whole song was done. So the lyrics just came out of me like vomit, you know, which is my favorite part. is when it's like being channeled through me and I'm not even thinking. And literally,
like
I turned on.
Madsen.
Yeah,
That's you
know what I'm saying? I turned on the mic and it was literally like the first thing I did, the very first thing. I mean, I turned on the mic, hit spacebar, and it was like, I remember waiting for the sun to rise. And I sang that whole hook like that, and I was like, oh my God, this is it. And I was yelling to them. I was like, dude, this is it.
We got it.
I was like, this is it. Yeah, and the verses just came out just like that too, just very easy. And like, I wasn't trying to tell a story, and it did.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like a really true song to me, like to my soul. It's a story about my life, but it's also relatable. So it's not like being like self-obsessed and unabsorbed. It's most of my music is because most of my music is about saying like I'm me, I'm myself. I don't care about what you think. I don't care if you like this. I hope you do. I love you. If you don't, all good. But like this song is really like
But the authentic Modson is like you are showing your heart.
Right.
You're
vulnerability.
Your
vulnerability at this point is like the number one thing I'm trying to introduce into my music every day. It's just like
you've done it since 2017.
It is like you know what I like to think is that you were the first one that told me that actually with the movie, I think. See, I remember way too much, you know? I don't forget these things. So like you know, like I like to think that my initial message is still obviously here, but to get to where I've gotten now, so I've been promoting my message and really sticking strongly to it for like 10 or more years now.
Yeah.
You know, Mod Sun's been a thing for 10 years. I was really living like Mod Sun a year before that, like, and so this has been going on for a while, and to get to where I've gotten is what the step one of my whole journey and what I've taught you will get you.
Yeah.
It'll get you to where you are good. You are going to be good. You're going to make your dreams come true. You're going to make a living off of it. You're going to have people all around the world love you. Now, there's a whole other phase to that.
Mm-hmm.
I just blocked out the last 12 years of my life and didn't call my family, didn't call my friends, didn't have real relationships like that. Like, I blocked out a lot of my life to do this. Now, the second phase of this is like, okay, now you made your dreams come true. Now you got to stay alive.
Yeah.
Now you got to be good. Now you got to be a legend. Now you got to have a message that's going to live longer than you. And so that's like my second phase right now. And why vulnerability is so real is because like I showed the world that I was a superhero for 10 years or 8 years, and then have now introduced like, listen, you guys, that was me telling you step-by-step guide, just like my book was called A Step-by-Step Guide on How to Make Your Life a Dream. Why I say movie, this is all a predestined thing to me that I've thought about since I was in my mom's basement, you know? And so I knew there was going to be a second phase of Mod Sun and a second chapter of it. And that chapter has 100% to do with transparency, honesty, and vulnerability.
I love you.
I love you too, and I really mean this stuff, and I'm like more
do.
clear-headed than I've ever been, and
this is why I enjoy talking to you more than anyone else, because you have real things to say.
Thank you very much. I take that very, very, very heavily.
Like, that's why I push to see you every time I get to, because you have there's nobody's mind that I want to pick more than yours.
You know, what's important too is like my favorite artist in the whole world is Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan.
And you know, he said originally what turned me on into life was just like, cool. You want to know what cool is? Like, cool is having something to say, period.
Yeah.
Does he have something to say? Does she have something to say? That's it.
Wait,
if you don't got something to say, you ain't cool.
Wait, I know you love
Watch
the
this.
1975. First try again.
You ready? You know what I'm saying?
I know you love the 1975, so what's that lyric? She's got a beautiful face, but got nothing to say.
Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could quote all 1975 lyrics.
I know you can.
Bro. I'm a fucking stan. I am a stan. Maddie Truman, like, you are one of the most beautiful men in the world, bro. Facts.
So,
or not Maddie Truman. Matt Healy.
Matt Healy.
Your thing online, Truman. Like, fucking hey, you fuck with me. Maddie Healy.
Matt Healy, yeah. So really,
you beautiful son of a bitch.
Because you got vulnerable, like we were talking about on your Instagram story today when you were flying here to Cleveland. Absolutely. And you posted, I want to read this. This line particular struck me. I know I've made something of myself, but I have never felt like I gave the world a real piece of my soul, which was like a play on. I know, which is a play on, like, when I read that, I'm like, I know I've made something of myself, and that's one of your songs, which is something nice. You know, yeah. So. You feel like you have, but you feel like you didn't give the world a piece of your soul. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I know I'm not done, so like I've gotten a long ways. Like, dude, I'm so grateful. Like, you're never gonna meet an egotistical Mod Sun to the point where like I belong in a mansion, I belong driving cars I belong being able to take care of my family, I belong to be able to take care of my friends. Hell no, yo, I used to jump trains with no money. Like, I was homeless. Okay, if you've ever had those kind of things in your bones. Like, if you've ever gone through that shit, like, you... Give me a second.
We're here for you.
When you get sober, you get really emotional. If you've been a drug addict and alcoholic your whole life. I just want to put that out there. You get really emotional when you go through what I'm going through. So, like, I will never feel like I'm not, thank you, incredibly lucky.
Yeah.
Like, the luckiest kid in the world.
Yeah.
You know? So... what was the original question?
About your Instagram post.
I've felt like I've made something of myself, because every day I wake up and I'm like, dude, like
I do this.
All I wanted when I was a kid, was a little tiny apartment with a bunch of skateboard decks on the wall.
Yeah.
And a bunch of toys. That's all I was like, I'll die happy like that.
Yeah.
Right? I'm on my 3rd bucket list. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
I am so grateful every time that I wake up, and that's not just a pump fake and like something I say to the world. Like I really am like, dude, this can't be real. So I've made something of myself.
You have.
I've been able to do this, but I don't think I'm dope. I don't think I'm the best. And to be the best, you have to really think that and believe that. And I've convinced myself all the way up to here that like I'm it, you know. And at this point in my life, I'm like, there's never gonna be another me, you know. There's never going to be another Mod Son. And that's the point, you know. If I could have it any other way, all the students out there would be better than the teacher, moi, at the end of the day. Otherwise, I'm a failure. So, like, I want y'all to be better than me. But there's never going to be another me. I've come to the conclusion. Like, I'm strong as hell. I can cold turkey things, you know.
You really can. That's a fact.
That's strong-willed.
And that goes into this, which you were talking about, your sobriety. Like,
yeah.
I have to give you, I give you so many props, so much respect. And... you know, you're going through some stuff. You're talking about it. You're going through some stuff, but you're growing through some stuff. Obviously.
And to be clear, too, I want to clear things up. One thing that's good is I do want to clear things up because there has been like a lot of press the last couple of days. That, like I am exclaiming the fact that like I'm doing well and I'm sober, and it's like just to be clear, like I'm still smoking weed, people. Like so I don't consider weed a drug, and I also live in a state. I also live in a state where it's legal to the point where it's recreational. You don't even have to have cards. So that being said, I don't want to give off the wrong intention to people that are 100% sober. They're like, you're still getting high, because I'm still getting high. Like for real, I'm still smoking weed, and who knows if I'll ever quit that someday. But I haven't put a drug considered to me, so anything besides weed, I haven't put that in my body in 20 days, and no liquor either. And I was a full-blown alcoholic. I mean, you've seen me play shows. I drink an entire bottle of whiskey on stage.
Jack Daniels.
Yeah, so like
actually our last interview, you were drinking a
wasted.
bottle of Jack.
I was wasted. This is gonna be the first show I've played sober in my life. And I've been playing music since 15 years old.
Proud of you.
Mm-hmm. And at 15 years old, man, trust me, I was doing all the crazy shit. So like, just look, I've never put a needle into my body.
Yeah.
Besides getting my blood taken, and the only pills that I've ever taken are melatonin. I started taking the melatonin every once in a while lately when I go to sleep, because I'm a really big fan of my dreams right now, because it's like reality has been getting I'm gonna be honest with you about the sobriety thing. Like, are we good on time? Yeah.
Yo,
okay.
I'm
okay.
I was worried about you.
No, I'm straight.
Okay.
The sobriety thing is like now 20 days in, it's been getting a little more difficult.
Yeah.
The first couple of weeks, believe it or not, or the first 2 weeks, believe it or not, were actually pretty simple.
Okay.
And I specifically put myself in positions to be tempted, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, I went out almost every night. You know, I was out with everyone. They were partying. I was going to after
drink
parties.
Made for you with the 99%.
Yep. I'm out there with juice at every party. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but it's starting to get a little more difficult, and I'm gonna be going through it. And so anyone that's like sticking with me right now through all this shit, like, dude, thank you, because I don't want to let people down.
No.
So it's nice to tell the world that you're doing something
anyone that
good.
Knows you, anyone that knows any artist that they really are with, are like on the ride for their journey, whatever, as long as you're honest, like that's what people care about.
Transparency. That's what I think the press is missing. That's what I think, like, look, like interviews are great because like this interview is great because you're asking questions about me because you care about me. And even an interview that doesn't care about you, you're still asking questions that are intertwined into doing some kind of marketing or promo or talking about the artist or whatever. When you do press, like, what happens to people in Hollywood and shit like that, like where it's someone running up and put a camera in front of your face, those are moments where you're not planned and you're not just talking about yourself. They throw these questions at you, and I think like that whole Hollywood scene and all that is missing so much transparency, because the first thing that comes to your mind is your instinct, and your instinct is the one thing that you should follow more than any path. So like, you know, when people say no comment, or when people duck, or people don't take a second to think and answer a question wisely, I think that's what this fucking shit is missing. So I'm trying to be transparent. I've never been a dude like like, you know, there's just whatever touching on subjects. Like, I am not someone who's fucking hungry for press. Okay.
Yeah, no.
If anything, I give the best fucking interviews to anyone that I interview with.
Why do you think I wanna keep coming to
if you take anything from this interview, you should screen cap this part and post it all over the internet. But I am not press hungry. If anything, press is hungry for me because I have a fucking statement, a word to say. I am transparent. I'm real. You've seen me cry in front of you. Okay, you see me smile in front of you. Those are two different ends of the spectrum, and you see it from me on the regular. All right, so just plain and simple fact, like, the kid's not press hungry, but y'all should be hungry for my press. Okay, because I will say something, and I will talk about my life, and I will not no comment and duck you because that is some
You're
untransparent
entitled
bullshit.
to your story. That's it. You're entitled to your story.
Exactly. I'm sorry if I piped up and I just sounded like a total asshole, but
No. Well,
it is what it is.
on a little bit more positive note,
Yeah,
because we have good stuff to talk about too. Not that wasn't, but we have really fun, exciting things. Hello, your collaboration with Supra. Like, my shoes are on pre-order, by the way. I
they're
wish
coming.
I could have
They're
had
coming.
them on
They're
today.
coming. We were originally only supposed to do one run of them.
I
The
know.
reason why they're on pre-order right now is because we had to.
Sold out that fast.
Yeah, they sold out that fast, and I was
you warned them.
and they didn't know. They didn't know, and they specifically retracted their statement, and that's why I love their company even more than I ever did.
We messed up. We didn't order enough.
Isn't that
We
beautiful
didn't know.
to have a company that does that?
I was like,
See,
hurt.
that's how Supra is gonna become the biggest shoe in the world again, because they're a company that understands when they make a mistake and come with it, like, we're gonna do better. Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like, your mistakes are your best advice, you know.
And then your candy. Monson.
It's tomorrow's June 1st, and tomorrow is when my candy officially will be opening in gas stations around the
Okay,
country.
cool. Because I have to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I can say that I haven't tried.
I think we got some
yet.
here. I think we got some
Yeah?
here. I think we got some at merch. I'll hook you up.
Okay.
It really works. It's called Matson's Cottonmouth Candy,
Cottonmouth.
and it really does relieve your dry mouth. It's scientifically made. We spent a lot of time in the lab making it, and it's got like 13 different flavors. So.
And I want to shout you out too for all the hard work that you put in. You're releasing a song every single Sunday,
Yes, I was.
and a music video
On
corresponding every Friday.
Yeah.
The following Friday.
Yes, and that was a really, really big challenge. Not just because of the amount of music that I had to put out, but just because the standards and rules of uploading a song and having it come out on time.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have a full week to get the song to come out on the Sunday that you want it to come out. You got to upload it a full week before to get it on Spotify and iTunes and all that. So it's a whole process of me having to have the song done and then the next one done, and it's all gets really jumbled up and becomes very, very time consuming, and which is fine, but like it gets jumbled up. So like I gave it a really good run.
It was amazing.
I basically dropped an album.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Okay, so was that your sort of like gift to us, because you have a pattern on your birthday, March 10th, right?
Yep.
You liked it 2015,
Yep.
2017, and then 2019. Honestly, even me, I didn't know if we were gonna something you were just gonna be like, fuck around and be like, here's an album.
I know.
But you gave us an album.
I gave y'all an album, and I wanted to give it to you in a way that was like
more authentic to you.
It was, and it was also a way that's like, these are not throwaway songs.
Yeah.
It's like, these are big songs that could be on something that I do, like I did I Remember Way Too Much, where I build it up for a fucking while. And you know, I didn't even do that with that shit. I was really just like, yo, I'm gonna just flood it. I'm gonna flood it with music, flood it with ideas, flood it with visuals, and do it all on my own dime. Like, that's what other people don't know too. It's like, you know, I'm no manager, no record label, no booking agent. Actually, I work with an agent that's helping me out right now, but nothing solidified. But like, I'm independent, and so this is all on my own dime. You know, coming to this show is on my own dime. You know, I get paid obviously at the end of the night, but this is on my own dime right now. You know,
it's because you care that much.
This is what I'm meant to do.
That's all I personally had for you. I didn't want to take up too much of your time.
Not at all.
Anything else that I missed that you would like to share, or?
I do have an album coming.
Okay,
so
I mean,
like,
I figured like, all these songs were not going to go for
I'm like
nothing.
2 songs away from well, none of those songs are going to be on the album. Maybe one.
What?
Yeah, I Remember Way Too Much will be. I Remember Way Too Much will be, but maybe one from the group of songs that I put out prior to I Remember Way Too Much. Maybe like one of them, maybe like Selfish or Tell Me All Your Secrets, because those ones are just like
I was gonna
classics.
ask for Tell Me All Your
Yeah, those ones are just like classics. So like, I would reintroduce those with like a new video and stuff, and kind of give them another life. But I'm like 1 or 2 songs away from the end of that album, and I think I came up with a name for it last night, and I'm playing a brand new song from it tonight that no one's ever heard. It's called Uppers and Downers, and it's like fucking amazing. The lyrics are, she likes uppers, I like downers, so we meet in the middle. We get so deep, but we're so shallow, so we meet in the middle. Like, you feel that? Like, that's like another relatable to the world. Like, she likes uppers, I like downers, so we meet in the middle. You know, we get so deep, but we're so shallow, so we meet in the middle. It's so good.
I literally don't have words for you. I really don't. Every time you blow my mind even more. And what about, I feel like I asked you this last thing, but your documentary, is that? Yeah. Okay.
In a form of a TV show.
Okay, so that's
slightly
still,
scripted.
It's not like.
Oh, it's gonna be a big thing.
I literally just can't wait. It's gonna
be a big thing, like network on TV. Yeah, it's gonna be a big thing. And
I'm here for it. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, there's no slowing down at this point. Like, the number one thing is I've made a great transition of focusing on being present.
Yeah.
I feel present for the first time ever. The last times I talked to you, can I be honest with you?
Yes.
I wasn't even here. I wasn't even here. I was.
The last time I knew that. The first time.
You know, I wasn't even there either. You wanna know why? I've been such a self-loathing / concerned / obsessed person with myself that I've never been present in the room. I'm always 20 minutes outside the room. I'm like always living in the next moment. And
it's gonna make me cry.
It was really, really hard for me to be like, dude, shut that off.
Yeah.
Shut that off and experience life. Like, experience this shit. Don't just be there. Don't just show up. You know? And that's what the first phase of Mod Sun was saying, was just show up. Just show up, dude. Like, take opportunities. Say yes. Don't be afraid. Living in fear will kill you. Run headfirst at anything you fear. And just show up. You know? If you're scared, if you want to be a comedian and you're so scared to get on stage, show up. Get on fucking stage. If you want to be Steven Spielberg and you're afraid to show your first movie to someone, just show up.
Them.
Just do it. And that was my first phase, and now it's like, be present and like
yeah,
like have an experience here.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. That's it. That's all we have.
I love you. Life is like a bicycle. To keep moving forward, you got to stay balanced. So keep that in mind, people.
My best friend, Mod Sun. I'm teaching Murin for Born to Vibe. I love listening.